Stoic method of turning enemies into teachers. Enemies, they mock us, they oppose us, they frustrate our every move. We often see them as obstacles standing in the way of our peace and success. But the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, saw enemies differently. They believed that enemies can become some of our greatest teachers, not because they're wise, but because they reveal our weaknesses, test our patience, and challenge us to grow in ways comfort never could. In this video, we will explore the Stoic method of transforming enemies into teachers. How to face conflict, betrayal, and opposition, not with bitterness, but with strength, wisdom, and self-mastery. Stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll never see your enemies the same way again. The Stoic view of enemies. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in his Meditations, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." The Stoics didn't waste energy hating their enemies. Instead, they asked, what can I learn from this person? If someone insults you, it teaches you about the fragility of your ego. If someone betrays you, it shows you where you place trust too easily. If someone competes with you unfairly, it sharpens your skills and forces you to rise above. Enemies are not only mirrors of our flaws, they are weights that train the soul. Just as the athlete becomes strong by pushing against resistance, the Stoic becomes wise by facing opposition. Seneca said, "Fire tests gold, adversity tests brave men." In this sense, enemies are part of our training ground. Why enemies trigger us? But why do enemies bother us so deeply? The Stoics would say it is because we cling to expectations. We expect others to treat us fairly. We expect loyalty, honesty, and respect. And when those expectations are broken, we feel wounded. Epictetus reminds us it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your enemy is not your true problem. It is your interpretation of them. The sting comes not from their action, but from your judgment that it is unbearable. Enemies become powerful only when you grant them authority over your emotions. Reframing enemies as teachers. Here lies the Stoic method. Reframe the enemy as a teacher. If your enemy is arrogant, they teach you the ugliness of pride and the beauty of humility. If they are deceitful, they remind you of the value of honesty. If they are cruel, they give you the chance to practice compassion and justice. Marcus Aurelius urged himself daily to remember, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil. Instead of being surprised or angry, he used enemies as constant reminders to strengthen patience, clarity, and endurance. Practical Stoic practices. 1. Negative visualization. Imagine the insults, betrayals, and conflicts you might face. When they arrive, you won't be shocked. You'll be prepared. Marcus did this every morning so that no enemy could catch him off guard. 2. Pause before reaction. Seneca warned, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. When attacked, wait. Let the first wave of emotion pass. In that pause lies your freedom. 3. Ask, what virtue can I practice? Each enemy is an invitation to a virtue. A cruel person tests your kindness. A liar tests your integrity. A selfish person tests your generosity. Rather than seeing an enemy as a curse, see them as a gem for your soul. 4. Humor and indifference. Epictetus suggested that mockery only wounds you if you accept it. Try laughter. Try indifference. If words are just sounds, why give them power? 5. Use enemies for self-reflection. Sometimes what we despise in others is also within us. Ask yourself, do I see arrogance because I too am proud? Do I hate dishonesty because I have been dishonest? Enemies hold up a mirror, revealing parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore. Historical Stoic examples. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor surrounded by enemies. Marcus ruled Rome at a time of betrayal, war, and political scheming. Senators plotted against him, generals betrayed him, and even those closest to him disappointed him. Yet he did not collapse into hatred. He saw the enemies as part of nature, like storms and earthquakes. He accepted them, endured them, and grew stronger through them. Epictetus, from slave to teacher. As a slave, Epictetus was surrounded by cruelty. His master even broke his leg. But instead of hating his oppressor, Epictetus turned the pain into wisdom. He realized that no enemy could control his soul. His chains became his teachers, reminding him that freedom is always inward. Seneca, navigating tyranny. He lived under the tyrant Nero, a man who could end his life at any moment. Instead of raging at his enemy, Seneca used the experience to sharpen his writings on anger, fear, and acceptance. His calm endurance under this much danger turned Nero's cruelty into a lesson in courage. Why this matters today? We may not face Roman emperors or slave masters, but we face enemies every day. A toxic coworker trying to undermine your job, a friend who betrays your trust, a stranger online who mocks or insults you. The Stoic method reminds us these people are not destroyers, but teachers. They teach us patience in traffic, forgiveness in betrayal, and calm in the face of insult. Your enemy gives you what comfort never could, the chance to rise above. The higher lesson. At the heart of Stoicism lies this truth: no one can harm your soul without your consent. Enemies may wound your reputation, your possessions, even your body, but they cannot touch your inner freedom unless you hand it over. This is why Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been harmed." Your enemy's greatest defeat is not their destruction, but your growth. And your greatest victory is not their destruction, but your growth. So the next time you face an enemy, pause. Ask, what lesson is hidden here? What virtue can I practice? What weakness is being revealed to me? Because in truth, your enemy is not your obstacle. They are your teacher. The Stoics remind us, a wise person learns from friends, but a greater wisdom learns from enemies.
Enemies will come. Some will betray you. Some will mock you. Some will oppose you. But you have a choice. Either resent them or rise because of them. Remember, an insult only hurts if you accept it. Betrayal only destroys you if you let it harden your heart. An enemy is only powerful if you hand them your peace. By practicing the Stoic method, you will turn every enemy into a silent teacher, every conflict into an exercise, and every insult into a chance for growth. If this message spoke to you, subscribe and join us weekly as we explore Stoic wisdom, the art of resilience, clarity, and unshakable strength. Your enemy cannot take your peace. They can only offer you a lesson. Learn it well, and you will rise above all opposition.